Hey there, welcome to this Yoga for Golf class. My name's Collie. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you're doing really well today. This short and sweet flow is going to focus on a few areas. We're going to try and release some tension in the shoulders and the arms and the neck. I know those areas can get it a little bit from swinging the clubs all day. Thinking of swinging the clubs, that kind of rotational movement, we'll do a little bit of twisting, which will hopefully bring some mobility into the body to help that. Furthermore, hands and wrists, I know they're pretty important for golf, so we'll focus on them. And then lastly, focus on the focus. So I know you're walking up and down the greens for multiple hours each time. You want to make sure that your concentration is at its best. This kind of class hopefully will help you practice that. So whenever you're ready, find a seat. Find something that's comfortable for you, maybe cross-legged, maybe legs out in front of you, whatever feels good. Before we get moving, let's just take a moment here to find a bit of stillness, to sharpen up the focus and take a step back from whatever you were doing previously. Just kind of ease and settle into the class. So as you take a seat, maybe just notice how the bum, the legs feel on the ground. And then you can start to scan through the body, maybe take your attention up towards your torso and your head, your shoulders, and just notice if there's any kind of underlying tension there. See if you can soften up. You might need to roll the shoulders, give the jaw a little bit of a wiggle, whatever, just to ease in or relax those areas. And then maybe close your eyes if you'd like to. And as I say, we won't be here for too long. But before we get moving, we really want to take the time just to establish a kind of calm and grounded state. And also take the time to find your breath. Notice how your breathing is doing. So for the next 30 seconds or so, I want you to take 110% of your attention to your breathing. Just take the time to notice both your inhale and your exhale. It might be the first time today when you have actually just taken a moment to notice how you are breathing and how it feels to breathe. I recommend breathing in and out of the nose. And with your next inhale, see if you can take the breath just a little bit deeper into the lower belly. Use your diaphragm, feel your ribs expand out. And then as you exhale, make sure you follow the breath all the way out. I feel the ribs kind of draw back in towards your spine. A few more times just like that. Nice slow and soft breath in. And no rushing with the exhale, take your time. And let's try and keep the focus and the attention kind of locked into the breath throughout the class if you can. We'll continue to remind you about it. You can just use the breath as your kind of main focus point, the main thing that you can always come back to. See it as your grounding option. And stay as long as you need here, otherwise just gently blink open your eyes. And let's make our way towards our all fours. We'll meet on our hands and our knees. Take your time. And we'll just begin with loosening out the spine a little bit with a few cat-cow poses. So shoulders above the wrists, hips above the knees. Let's take an inhale to soften the belly down towards the mat. Open out your chest fully, gaze forwards, coming into your cow pose. And then as you exhale, draw your chin back in towards your chest and start to round your back, coming into your cat pose. So a few more times. Inhale, open out, bum in the air, collarbones kind of broad. And then with the exhale, draw chin back in and really push with the hands so you're making space between your shoulder blades. Breathing in, opening out, and then breathing out. Find that space and rounding of the back. Feel the tailbone lengthen down to the mat. One more time, breathing in, and then breathing out. And we'll just take the bum, take a seat for a moment. We'll start straight away getting into the shoulders here. Interlock your fingers behind your back. And let's fold the chest onto the thighs. We're going to come into a rabbit pose. You can allow your forehead to rest on the ground, arms up and over your head. It's a good one for kids yoga, this one, as you can see. Nice little rabbit pose with the ears sticking up towards the ceiling. And just take a moment to really kind of sweep your arms up and over, feel the heat. You might want to take it further and roll onto the crown of your head, maybe even using your toes for support. Don't forget to breathe. And then we'll come out of it slowly, come back to our all fours, and then focus on the wrists a little bit. Let's point the fingers in towards each other and take some gentle rocking from side to side. So you want the kind of hands to stay solid and strong, but then the weight of the body to shift between both hands. Play around with pointing the fingers out towards the sides this time. Same thing, shifting the weight. And then you can take it further, point the fingers back in towards your body. Slightly deeper stretch on the wrists and the forearms here. If you want to, rock forwards and backwards. If you want to go deeper into it, nudge your knees away from your wrists. Could even venture into your plank pose if you're feeling feisty. Take care though, it can be quite a challenging little position. And then last little option, tops of the hands down, palms facing up towards your face. Again, slightly deeper variation, but just giving that kind of focus on your wrists. And then again, take a seat, shake it out, get some blood flow going down towards your fingertips. Maybe interlock your fingers, tracing the figure of 8. And these kind of exercises, maybe doing them once or twice a week, it's definitely going to keep your hands, your fingers, and your wrists in a good shape, in a good place. So when you're ready, let's take the hands back down and we'll place toes on mat, lift knees off the ground, downward facing dogs. We're lifting hips, sucking in the tummy, creating that upside down triangle with your body. And straight away, I want you to take some steps all the way towards the front of the mat. Try and be nice and mindful about it. Just notice how it feels, soles of the feet. As you come to the front, I recommend bending your knees quite a lot. Drop your head, so the crown of the head goes down to the ground, and then continue into the shoulders. Interlock your fingers. Let's behind the back and sweep the arms up and over. Take a moment here, a little bit of a swing, shake out the head. Maybe nice to bend one knee, straighten out the other leg, tap into your hamstrings, just notice how they're feeling. Try and relax the jaw before lowering your hands again, and let's take a step or a jump back to our plank position. Shoulders staying above the wrists, fingers nice and wide. So we want to be really kind of strong in this pose. Push with your hands, create space in between your shoulder blades here. And you want to squeeze the glute, squeeze your core lightly, and look slightly forwards. When you're ready, take the knees and the chest and the chin all the way down to the ground. Find your cobra by pressing with the hands, lifting the chest up, stretching out your core, and I recommend just staying here for a little bit. Check in with how your lower back is doing. It may be nice just to look left, look right, give the shoulders a roll. And this is your kind of perfect go-to pose for easing any back pain that you might be getting. And then we'll push back, downward facing dog. Take your time. As you get there, have a little look about your sort of alignment in your downward dog. Make sure your fingers are wide, feet straight, both hands and feet on the same line. Relax your head, perhaps look towards your shins, maybe bend your knees quite a lot if that helps. And then reconnect with the breath here. Long inhale and long exhale. Take your time. Before lifting your right leg up very slowly towards the ceiling. Try and straighten it by kicking your heel away. Now let's gaze forwards. We're going to take a step in between the hands. If the foot doesn't make it, just shuffle your foot forwards. Drop your left knee. Let's find a low lunge. We'll lift the arms above the head. Take your time, enjoy it. You might need to shuffle the right foot forwards a little bit. So we're going really quite a nice deep into the left hip flexors here, decent stretch. Arms straight, could look up towards your hands. Relax your shoulders. And let's take the hands behind us and we'll interlock fingers here. Sliding the hands down the back of your left thigh, starting to open out your chest, could look high. Breathe. And then relax, take the hands down, step back to your plank. And again, feel strong in your plank before dropping your knees, your chest and your chin, all the way down. Full inhale as you lift up, cobra, same thing, relax your shoulders. And then push back, down dog. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Left leg slowly goes up, step forwards lightly, and then drop your right knee. Squeeze your thighs together as you lift up your arms. Want biceps kind of hugging the ears. Maybe look high. And then relax your hands, interlock fingers, and then go a little bit deeper, just gently drawing the hands down. You can feel your chest kind of puffing up. We want to keep the left knee above the left ankle if we can. And then relax, hands down, step back plank. So same thing, feeling strong, both heels, kick them away from you, squeeze glutes, and then drop knees, chest, chin. Try and lower yourself with control. Inhale, push yourself back up, lift your chest fully, and then push back, down dog. Taking a moment here just to give your feet a decent pedal out. So bend your knee, one knee, keep the other leg straight. Change sides, wagging the tail of your dog. Shake things out a little bit, and you can kind of go freestyle, move wherever feels good for you. Might be nice to move into the hips, find some space in the side of your upper body. Maybe give the head a shake, roll your shoulders. And then finding some stillness and reconnecting with the breath. Take your attention onto it. Long inhale and a long exhale. And when you're ready, we're going to take a step or a jump towards the front of the mat. Take a breath in from here, hands on the shins. Back is flat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, drop your head, drop your hands. Breathe in and lift the arms above the head. Sun salutation, lifting, opening out your chest before bringing your hands to heart center. One more breath in, lift the arms back up again. As you exhale, take the hands down behind your back, and let's find the lower back with the fingertips. We're going to gently push the hips forward, slight kind of spring in the knees, standing back bend, opening out the upper body. Couple of breaths into it before coming back to a standing position. Take your time. Hands to heart center. Let's take the left foot all the way to the back of the mat. We need to keep your right foot pointing forwards, and we'll bend the right knee. So the knee is above the ankle. Warrior 2. Sweep your arms wide. So take your time to get into the position. You might want to line up the right heel with the arch of the left foot. Kind of go deep into the hips of the right thighs, parallel to the ground. Look over your right hand, and let's flip the palm. We'll reverse our warrior. Reach forwards and then reach high. Left hand, left thigh. Right arm straight. Nice kind of position here to find some space in between your ribs, so intercostal stretching. If you wanted to go a little bit more dynamic, maybe tiptoes of the right foot, left arm up towards the ceiling as well as the right is also an option for upper body strength. And then when you're ready, cartwheel your arms down to the ground. We'll step back to our plank and then take a vinyasa. I'm just going to suggest doing it nice and gentle today. Knees, chest, chin, cobra with the inhale. And then exhale your way back to your downward dog. And we'll do the same thing, stepping or jumping to the front. Inhale, halfway lift, so hands on shins, chest open, collarbones broad. Exhale, fold, drop your hands, drop your head, bend your knees. Inhale, lift the arms up, stand tall, and then exhale, hands to heart. Breathe in, arms back up again, and then take your hands down onto your lower back. Let's find our standing back bend, maybe going into it a little bit deeper this time before returning, standing pose, hands to heart, right foot all the way to the back. Go as wide as you can go, so really kind of getting a decent stretch inside the right leg here, and then the left leg is strengthening. Arms go wide, symmetrical, shoulders relaxed, breathe, and then flip the palm reverse. And I recommend really going kind of deep into your left knee here. Exaggerate the pose, left fingertips reach a little bit higher. Maybe you've taken the right arm up. Maybe you've got left heel off the ground as well. And then fingers wide as you go down. Step back plank. Knees, chest, chin, all the way down. Gentle vinyasa, just a reset. Draw a line under that little bit of the sequence and push back to our downward facing dog. Taking your time, no rushing. From your downward dog, nice deep breath in through the nose, open the mouth and sigh it out. And before coming onto your tiptoes, and again we'll step or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, back is flat. Exhale, fold, bend your knees. Breathe in, lift up the arms, and this time keep your arms high. Grab hold of your right wrist with your left fingertips. We'll take a nice juicy kind of side bend, leaning over to the left. Create some space in the upper body. And then come back to center, grab the other wrist, and then take it over to the right. So thinking about a kind of nice banana shape, so really kind of go wide with it. Try and go twice in it so you can go a little bit deeper. Keep your chest flat, shoulders want to be stacked. Before returning to a central position, hands to heart. And let's do the same thing that we did on the other side, or previously. So left foot, back of the mat. Bend your right knee, warrior 2, sweep your arms wide. Let's reverse the warrior one more time before interlocking fingers behind the back. Shuffle your right foot all the way out towards the right. We're preparing for a humble warrior. Puff up the chest as you breathe in, and then as you exhale we're going to fold inside the right thigh, so arms coming up and over the head. Really kind of challenging position. We want our feet to be strong, particularly the back foot. Tuck your right sitting bone underneath the body. Relax your face. Don't forget to breathe. Challenging position. Relax the face. And then very slowly lower your hands down to the ground. And we'll drop the left knee. And we'll shuffle the right foot back into the middle of the mat. And we're going to find a half splits here, stretching out the hamstrings. We'll straighten out the right leg. You can point toes towards your face. You can feel something. 2 or 3 deep breaths into it. You want to keep your hips square here, so drive the left hip forwards. Right sitting bone back and in. Chest open. And then roll forwards. We're going to frame the right foot with the hands, lift the left knee off the ground, take a step forwards. As the left foot joins the right foot, very slowly uncurl, come to a standing pose. Slower the better. We're going to come into a little bit of balancing here, lifting the right knee towards the chest. Grab hold of it with both hands if I was you, just to get stable. You can flex your foot, that's going to help. Keep the right hand on the right knee, and then let's take the left arm out towards the left. Whoop. Enjoy, embrace any wobbles. Take the right knee out to the right. And you want to kind of go for as much space as possible between your right knee and the left hip. Make it very broad. Maybe you're taking it further. Could look towards your left hand. Don't forget to breathe. Stand tall, puff up the chest. And then we'll come back to center with the gaze, and then take the right foot to the left thigh, and we'll find our tree pose here. So pressing foot into thigh and thigh into foot. If this is a bit too kind of inaccessible for you, just take the foot to the calf instead. Try and steer clear of your knee. But wherever you are, find something to stare at. Something maybe on the floor or on the wall in front of you. You can bring your hands to heart center maybe. So you're really locking your gaze into one spot. It's going to help your balance. Could take the arms above the head, little variation. If you wanted to challenge yourself, maybe even close your eyes. See how long you've got standing on one foot with your eyes closed. So good for the focus, the concentration. Spending a little bit of time every day doing this kind of thing. Really challenging. And then before we take a step back, hands to heart, let's float the right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Nice and softly, hands go down to the ground, left foot joins the right foot at the back. Let's take a gentle vinyasa here, so we'll drop the knees, chest and chin all the way down. Full breath in, lift your chest, and then full breath out as you make your way back to your downward facing dog. Let's do the same thing, so we'll come to the front. Maybe a little jump, maybe a little step. Breathe in, halfway lift, hands are on the shins, back is flat. Breathe out, fold. And let's take the arms above the head. Enjoy it, really open out, find length. And grab hold of your right wrist. Let's go for that kind of banana shape again. Going into it a little bit deeper. Try and keep your shoulders stacked so your chest is flat. Come back up, sweep it over, and then come back up. You may kind of just go deep. Doing things repeatedly, you can kind of go a little bit deeper each time. Hands to heart. And we'll float the right foot all the way to the back of the mat. So again, kind of move the feet around, left heel in line with the right arch. Let's find our warrior two, so arms wide, symmetrical. Flip the palm, reverse it. Breathe into that lengthening in the side body before interlocking your fingers. Let's take our humble warrior on this side. So hips square to the front, shoulders square to the front. Breathe in, puff up the chest, find height. So the crown of the head is really reaching high. Then try and keep the crown of the head long as you take it down. So ever so slightly, kind of venturing a little bit closer towards the mat. You want to drive the right hip forwards here and the left sitting bone back. Tuck the left knee in towards your shoulder. Relax your face. Breathe slow, challenging position before lowering your hands. And we'll drop the right knee. Try and drop the right knee with control rather than just slamming it down. Shuffle left foot in, half splits. Enjoy it, take your time. Really kind of just bathing in the sensations that are coming up. Back of the left leg most likely. And then roll forwards. Let's come to the front of the mat. Step lightly. And let's just take a sort of gentle uncurl again. Hands heavy, head heavy. Before bringing your left knee this time up towards the chest. Flex your left foot. Take as long as you need, maybe right hand, right hip. And then open out. So left knee comes out to the left, right arm goes out to the right. Stand tall, stand proud. And then maybe test yourself. Look over to the right hand. And just having that kind of 100% of your attention focusing into this one thing. Come back to center and let's find our tree. So as the left foot touches the right thigh, again just think of that equal measure of the leg coming into the foot as well. All four corners of your standing foot, so that right foot, just try and spread the weight evenly across them. Imagine you've got those roots just like the tree outside, very strong foundation. And then stand tall. Breath soft in and out of the nose, embracing any swaying of your tree before taking the left foot all the way to the back of the mat. Slower the better. Nice and soft, inaudible as it touches the ground. Hands go down, right foot joins the left. Drop knees, chest and chin. Inhale to a cobra, so we're lifting up. Take your time with it, really enjoy it. And then push back. Downward facing dog. And we'll take one final kind of pedal of the feet here. You can move the knees and the hips, sweeping, swinging from side to side. Before coming to a seat, I recommend taking a step or a jump, crossing your feet as you do. Let's park the bum up, we'll take it down. This is where we'll get into a couple of twists. You can take the right hand outside the left knee, left hand behind us. Again, as you twist, you want to think about your spine being nice and tall. So really puffing up the chest a little bit, crown of the head, imagine it is kind of lifting up towards the ceiling. Softness in your belly, and as you gaze over towards your left shoulder, try not to place too much weight on your back hand. Breathe slowly. And then just straight away, let's sweep into the same thing on the other side. So left hand outside right knee. Breathing in to lengthen spine, breathing out to deepen the twist. And you want to think about looking over your right shoulder last. So the core, the belly, that's where the twist comes from. Right shoulder draws a little bit behind you, left shoulder follows, and then the head follows. And we'll come out of it. Interlock fingers behind us. Let's get into the neck. We're going to target the neck here. Create a little bit of a fist with your hands. And then sweep the fist over towards the right side of your pelvis. Let's take the hands like just onto the hip here. Once you're in place, drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Relax the head, relax your face. And take as long as you need here. Nice little stretch for the muscle in the neck, massive triangular muscle, sternocleidomastoid, I think it is called. It's a really big one. You can kind of target different areas of it as well by looking down, maybe looking up. Open the mouth, relax, and then come out of it and take as long as you need before you do the same thing on the other side. Take your time. You might need to sort of shuffle around a little bit just to get into it. Maybe a good one to close the eyes. Try and bring that sort of release and total softness to your body as you exhale. So notice as the breath leaves the body, you can bring that kind of softening up of any tightness that you can feel in the neck here. And as you come out, might need to shake out the hands before straightening out your legs. We're going to enjoy a forward fold. Flex feet, point toes to the ceiling. I really recommend bending your knees quite a lot here. As you lift up the arms, breathe in, and then fold as you exhale. So chest smothers the thighs. Now grab your shins, maybe grab your feet. You can look over your toes. I recommend internally rotating your thighs, push the balls of your feet away from you. And we're really going for space and length in the spine here. So crown of the head reaching towards the toes. Try not to look down at your knees. You'll be rounding the back. Try and keep it as flat and straight as possible. Relax your shoulders. And then once you've found that length in the upper body, you could play around with straightening out the legs a little bit. But don't force anything. Certainly take your time with your breath. Reach long with your arms, and then let's roll or hover on down all the way onto our back. Take your time, slower the better. Allow the back of the head to softly land on the ground, and we'll straight away bring the left knee towards the chest. Grab hold of the knee with the right hand, take your left arm out wide. We'll take a supine twist, so continuing on the theme of twisting. Left elbow, left shoulder, make sure they're rooted down onto the ground, and then take your knee very slowly over to the right. Chest, very broad. Belly soft. Maybe look over towards your left hand, increasing the twist. Nice one to close the eyes. As the glutes on the left side here lengthen. Breathe deeply and softly, slowly into that area. And we'll come back onto the back. Straighten out your left leg. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Thinking of your straight leg here, so left leg on this side. Kick your heel away from you. Crown of the head, shuffle it away from in the opposite direction, so you're really kind of lengthening your body as you twist. Look over to right hand. Relax your jaw, soften your face, and breathe slowly. We'll come back to center, onto the back, straighten out the leg. Take a moment just to notice how the legs are doing. Let any sensations subside, settle, before both knees into chest. Let's grab hold of them. Maybe you want to wrap your arms around the legs. Good squeeze, grab elbows. Take a little rock or roll across your back. Massage things out. Things being the muscles on your back. You may want to grab your knees and take some gentle kind of circles with the hips, the legs, just loosening things out. And then one final embrace. forehead to knees, knees to forehead, squeezing literally as hard as you can, muscles engaged, blood flow stopping. And before sprawling your body out, legs go long, arms go wide, and just letting that blood flow through and around. And just finding a place here where you can keep your body still for a moment, relax the back of your head. Allow your wrists, your hands to feel heavy, soft. Ankles, feet, let go of them. Maybe softly closing your eyes, taking a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And really just seeing if you can keep your body still for a minute or two. Allowing your body to catch up and process what we've just done, and continuing to enjoy the stillness. So not only physical stillness but mental stillness too. See if you can rest behind or in the space behind thoughts, internal dialogue, ensuring to keep your focus and concentration locked into the body. Just notice if the mind does wander off at all. See if you can bring it back in towards the body, back in towards the breath. Start to take some gentle movements, fingers and toes, wrists, ankles. Extend your arms above the head for a full body stretch. Should feel pretty good. And any movement that you take, just notice how you feel as you come out of your Shavasana pose. A little roll to one side. Lift yourself back up to a seated position where we began. Find somewhere comfortable. Maybe closing eyes and just enjoying a final moment here. Some time to check in, have a little notice, observe how your body, how your mind feels. Hopefully there's a bit of space in both of those things, making room for whatever comes your way for the rest of the day. Take your time to thank yourself for your practice. Thank you for letting me guide you. Hope you enjoyed the class. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you got something out of the class. Please feel free to have a look at my ever-expanding library of videos on the website. There's endless stuff up there that can be great for your lower back or your shoulders or anything a little bit more specific. And please do pass this video on to anyone that you might feel that would be interested in it or that would get something out of it. Take it very easy. Hope you have a good day, whatever you're up to for the rest of it, and hope to see you soon. Bye for now.